91 in. Well, that's a tough spot to find yourself in, because those are two really, really good fighters. So it just wasn't really happening for him. He made the decision to leave Cuba. Went to Spain, has picked up 3 national titles there, and qualified for the Olympic Games in Tokyo, where in the quarterfinals he met Julio La Cruz and lost on a split decision. So slightly ironic that. But just the way it goes sometimes. Big win against Vasily Levit, the much decorated Vasily Levit of Kazakhstan, in the first round of the competition. He won by knockout in the second round of that fight. So he's a good operator. We saw him against Vagkang Nanatzanian of Greece in the opening round. One split decision. 4 cards to 1. BOUAFIA got a bronze at the recent World Military Boxing Championships, and a bronze a couple of years ago at the under-22. So he's got some credentials too. And this is our final fight of the session. So into the first, Reyes of Spain in the blue, BOUAFIA France. Reyes of Spain in the red, I beg your pardon. BOUAFIA of France in the blue. Bit of a size difference between them. Reyes is the bigger unit of these two. Good left hand there from BOUAFIA, just knocked Reyes onto the heels of his feet there. Good left hand there though from Reyes, nice balance and execution through the right hand, just dipped to the left a little bit, found the angle, shot that kind of up jab through the guard. Uppercut on the inside there from Reyes, and then just pivoted around that front foot, span away. He's been the more accurate of the two so far. BOUAFIA though is putting a lot into this, trying to bring the heat to him if he can. Reyes has just got slightly sharper hands. Just good movement on the inside there from Reyes, keeping that head on the move. Nice left hand up top there from Reyes as well. BOUAFIA just still coming forward though. He's not being discouraged. There goes the bell, so first round down. Good competitive round. BOUAFIA, as I say, getting onto the front foot as much as he could there, trying to let his hands go. And the split scores, actually. 2 judges going for BOUAFIA, 3 going for Reyes. I felt Reyes was the more accurate of the two, but BOUAFIA tried to bring the heat and did have some success. So into the second, split scoring in the first. 3 cards in favour of Reyes, 2 in favour of BOUAFIA. BOUAFIA just caught on the way in there again. He's trying to keep that guard high. Nice 1-2 there from Reyes. Just backed up slightly, gave himself a bit of space just to throw that combination. And that's what he's going to need to keep doing at times. Other times he will step into the pocket and look to work up close, but when he's got the room for it, BOUAFIA is kind of just marching in behind that high guard. He'll just take that little half step back, as he does here. That time, as I say, he allowed BOUAFIA to come to him, dipped to his right a bit, and then looked for the body. Single right hand there from Reyes. He's a very cute, skillful fighter, as basically every Cuban who's come through that school is. Won the Bocskai tournament in Hungary earlier this year as well, prior to the Olympic Games. Lead left uppercut there from Reyes. Deep into the final minute. And BOUAFIA again, he's not discouraged. He's not found the power of Reyes a problem. Right hand lead there from Reyes. Again, good movement, just pirouettes around that front foot, gloves low. Relies on the reflexes. Nice left hand from Reyes again. BOUAFIA's just not really managed to slow Reyes down. His movement is that good that he's not been able to cut the ring off on him and get him backed up to the ropes or caught it in a corner or really wherever he's wanted him. It's not been for the lack of trying. He's given it absolutely everything, the fighter in the blue corner. But when you're up against someone like Reyes, it's a very difficult job. 10 lines across the board there for Reyes. He's got a 2-point gap with 3 of the judges there. The other 2 cards are a level. His footwork is that good that pinning him down is very, very difficult. Right hand into the body there from Reyes. For a big fighter, he'll just manage to spin around that front foot, slip away and end up behind you. And then he ties you up on the inside when he gets the opportunity as well. And he's got a good chin, BOUAFIA, because he's been hit clean by Reyes quite a few times. Now, Reyes isn't what you would describe as a massive puncher. He doesn't really wind up with any of his shots, but they're well timed and they're accurate, and I bet you they're hard enough. So into the 3rd and final round here. So BOUAFIA will just keep coming, keep doing what he's been doing, and hope really that the feet slow down there for Reyes, and that gives him an opportunity to to really get stuck into him. Just tip-tapping every now and again, Reyes. That's another thing he does well. He varies up the way to punch. He doesn't hit with the same power every time. Sometimes they're just light shots. He's just tapping gloves almost, and then he'll really sink one in. It's a switch up in power that surprises fighters and gets knockouts often, because they either don't really see the punch coming, they don't really expect the extra power. You're not really set, you're not really ready for it. When you see somebody loading up and throwing with the same power every single time, it was what I was saying about Jamar Talley early on, is you can get used to it as a fighter. That's what fighters tell me anyway. Even if it's heavy, even if it's serious power, after a couple of rounds you can get kind of anaesthetised to it almost. But you've got someone who is tapping and then really punching. They can hit you with one that you're not quite ready for, and that can cause big problems. So the referee's taken a point away there for holding from Reyes, so he just needs to be a little bit careful here, because he's winning this round anyway. The right hand there from BOUAFIA, who climbs into another right hand as well, and if he has a big finish here and manages to turn this round around and win it 10-9 with the point deduction, then all of a sudden, this could get very, very interesting. So 20 seconds to go, and BOUAFIA landed a couple of big ones on the inside. Reyes had the better of it up until that point, and his feet had slowed a little bit. Maybe the referee penalising him for holding. I don't seem to remember him talking to him about it all that many times beforehand, but it's up to the referee how they manage the situation. So that just lends an extra kind of layer to things at the end there, that point deduction. Split scoring in the first round, 2 judges going for BOUAFIA, 3 for Reyes, all 5 for Reyes in the second round. So going into that final round, we had 20 points to 18 for Reyes on 3 cards, 19-19 for BOUAFIA on 2 cards. Now, if he wins those 2 19-19s, and if he manages to get a round win with one of the 20-18s as well, then with the point deduction, that would make it 28-28, and we will go to judges' decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, we come close to our final bout in session 3, round number 222. With your judges on your favor with your winner by points declared by unanimous decision. To the red corner, Lieutenant de Fuera, this is Serbia, Enmanuel.
And he gets it by unanimous decision, but look at that, 28-28 with 3 of the judges there. 3 of the judges, 29-27, so 3 rounds to 0 with the other 2, 28-28, so 2 rounds to 1 with those 3. And with the point deduction, that made it 28-28. Then they all 3 had to decide who they thought won, basically, and they all went for Reyes. And that's what usually will happen when you've got a point deduction. Generally, the judges will go with the fighter who has had the point deducted, because they've actually scored them winning the fight, and the point deduction has brought it back level. So that was interesting. That, as I said, that added a bit of a layer at the end there that I wasn't necessarily expecting, but through he goes.